In lower elementary, I'll be talking to you about our process of addition. And in addition, we put everything together in a bag or a basket to represent the concept of addition, what we want the child to learn. Dr. Montessori said that the child at this age has a vivid imagination, and it's our role as their guide to strike that imagination and help them learn. So all of our operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, are first given using the golden bead material. And with the golden bead material, we are concerned with giving the function of that operation. Later on, we'll give them material to help them learn to calculate and memorize those facts. But right now, we're dealing with the function of that operation. So you'll see that I have my golden beads, which Lori explained to you how they set up their quantities. We also have the numeral cards. We'll give another graphic impression of how we start with a smaller quantity and go into our larger sum. So I'm going to show you tonight how we would give our addition lesson for the first time to a lower elementary student. We would gather 3 children for this lesson, and I would ask them to go to the numerals, form their own quantity, come to the bank to form that number with their small numerals. Then they would place all of their numerals on our mat, and we would fold them up into a bag. Thank you, my lovely assistant. Again, to show the concept of we're putting things together. And then we would ask the child, now let's figure out what the amount is that is inside that bag. So we would unfold the bag, and we would sort our units in tens and hundreds and thousand cubes. They would have their own numerals that they made. I would ask them to do the magic game, which they love, by placing, like Lori showed you, the cards on top of each other and sliding them down to easier for them to read the number. And then they would place them one above each to show their quantity. So after we sorted the units in tens and hundreds and thousands, we would begin calculating. We would start counting by ones with our units, and the children by this time have done extensive work with exchanging or regrouping 10 units for a 10 bar, 10 bars, 10 bars for 100 square, and 10 100 squares for 1,000 cube. So we would begin counting by ones and exchanging or regrouping when possible, counting by tens, counting by hundreds, and so on until we have formed our final quantity. What I would be doing is taking our larger numerals and placing them underneath each, the units and the tens, until we come up with our larger numerals. And I like to do the magic game as well, by putting them together and forming our sum. Now that all of the numbers are on top of each other, we'll be giving the names to each of these numbers. Each of the numbers that the children formed were the add-ins, and we'll place them right next to the numbers. We'll then introduce the sign for addition. And then, we will place our line between the add-ins and the sum to explain that the line means same as. These 3 add-ins are the same as this sum at the very bottom. And that's how we got that concept. Again, the child will take this and record it in their notebook, and they'll do the work on their own. And is that everything? I'm sorry. Yeah, I think that's all for the golden beads. And now Trisha's going to explain what the next material they would use.